What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are at Aussies forced to live in tents amid nation's rental crisis on a current affair. I know a lot of people y'all be saying a current affair is rubbish, is trash, is don't believe it, don't buy into it. But so was there a big rental crisis in Australia, and is there still a rental crisis going on in Australia? I guess this video will give us a little information, but y'all help me out in the comment section for what this video does not cover. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm having a subscriber crisis. Dream Team Neal is having a subscriber crisis. So subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. What we got?
Sitting in your lounge rooms tonight, it might be easy to forget the housing crisis in this country. It's not just impacting the young and poor, but older, educated Australians. And their stories are compelling.
You know, it's really hard. Putting
Homeless with 2 kids under 2. I legit can't even fathom that, bro.
2 kids to bed in a tent.
It's the middle of the night, and by daybreak, the situation hasn't improved for this young mum.
Day in the life of a homeless family living in Australia during the rental crisis. My kids woke up terribly because they slept terribly in the stormy weather.
Jesus.
But enough of that, it was time for breakfast, which consisted of 1 banana, more storm clouds, rained a lot that day.
Susanna Taylor and her family live in a tent. Unable to get rental accommodation, she TikToks her family's struggles.
And here's Lila just trying to feed me.
Bro.
There's Lila and baby Luna and a cold.
I can tell you this, being sick in its head is not fun.
The 22-year-old Queensland mum looks after her kids while her young husband tries to look for work and somewhere to live around Bundaberg. Public housing just isn't available, but right now there are other pressing issues.
Bro, this legit break my heart, bro. Like, know what I'm saying? And not only just her case, I know here in America, I think we might have the most homeless people out of any other country. Maybe I could be completely wrong. I have no idea, to be honest. We got a lot of homeless people. And to just hear like the stories or seeing a family, like, know what I'm saying, having to go through that, having to raise 2 kids under 2 through that, like, it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. I don't know how to fix a rental crisis. I don't know what causes a rental crisis. It just sucks to see that.
Isn't available, but right now there are other pressing issues.
I can't find wipes. It's Labor Day and we need wipes. And I don't know what's open, and I can't really just go driving around because I can't just, you know, waste fuel.
I tell you, here in America, no matter what holiday, it's gonna be somewhere open. You know what I'm saying? Christmas may be the one holiday that maybe it's gonna be tough to find some places open, but it's still gonna be some places open. But Labor Day, all the big stores are gonna be open here for sure. Wipes wouldn't be a problem.
Everything I own is wet. I have black mold growing in my little situation up there. Nothing will dry.
Just down the road from Susanna, in Burrum Heads near Hervey Bay, Ian Heron has also been forced to live a life in a tent, unable to get rental accommodation.
Jesus.
I'd settle for a roof over my head, somewhere warm and dry, for me and my little dog. That's all. There are no rentals available, not for low-income people like myself.
Partially blind, the 60-year-old found himself homeless when his rent skyrocketed and his disability pension just wasn't enough to afford anything.
I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. In the last 10 weeks, I've moved 11 times.
Wow.
Halfway
And
across
it's just like literal non-stop pouring, bro. The rain's not stopping. Like, and when you talk about rent going up, bro, I've said this in multiple videos, but I first moved into this apartment maybe 3 years ago, and I was paying like, I think I started out at like $920, I think it was about $920 a month, bro. Rent now is $1,250. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment from $920 to $1,250. So it is insane that the rent just consistently rises and rises and rises. And it's like the money that you're making is not rising and rising and rising. So you just gotta figure it out, and it sucks. But he said the mint like shot up dramatically. So I'm not sure if it shot up more than that or what's going on. But I know what it's like for rent to go up, and it sucks.
Country.
I'd never believed this would happen in Australia, that you can't find a house to rent.
Cindy Willis fears she too will be homeless after her landlord recently put her rental on the market.
Wow.
It almost makes me feel sick, just the worry. I do stay awake quite late thinking about it.
Even though she works, she has applied for
probably 20
rentals, and every time she turns up to a new listing, she's not alone.
Yesterday, for instance, there were around 50 people.
On the Central Coast of New South Wales, Monique Leon is home from work.
And when there's that many people trying to get into a place, I feel like the landlord's probably gonna continue to shoot up the prices because supply and demand. Like, damn.
She rents a very basic room in a shared house.
Monique, you've got a good job and you're university educated. How did it get to this?
I never thought, like when I had kids, I made sure I was financially stable, and even when you think everything is so secure, it can completely fall apart.
The 49-year-old mum has 2 teenage boys, but they clearly can't live in here, so they stay with their dad, even though the parents have joint custody.
They just need their mum.
She too has been trying hard to find somewhere for them all to live.
Probably about 20 in the last month.
But rents have gone through the roof.
The ones we're looking at, you know, they're now $700 when they used to be $500.
And lately, real estate
$500 for $500, like not $500 a week, not $500 a week, $500 a week, or every 2 weeks. Cause I know she wasn't talking about they raised from $500 a month to $700 a month. Cause I feel like not that wouldn't be too big of a struggling price, I guess. So she's got to be talking about $500 a week, I assume.
Agents and landlords, she says, are asking for many months of bond and rent in advance.
I consider myself on a healthy wage, but I can't come up with 10 grand to pay 3 months in advance.
Nah. No. So she was talking about $500 a week. No. Jesus. To rent? You put 10K down, you thinking I'm putting this down as a down payment I'm renting to buy. You know what I'm saying? Jesus. Okay.
So her world is in storage.
God.
There's my life.
How long has this been locked up?
Oh, wow.
Since October.
And her life with her kids at home is on hold.
It's just the day-to-day stuff. I want to make lunches. I want to be a mum. This is my job. They're going through puberty. It's just not normal to not have your mum.
That's really upsetting for you to have to go through. And
I hate it. And
oh, she said went from 500 to 700, so 700 a week. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I had to present to John Hunter Hospital not so long ago. I had a skin condition, and that was built from stress. I had a bit of a meltdown as well. Popped myself straight into acute mental health because it's a hard thing to deal with, because I'm supposed to be the steady rock for my kids.
That's heartbreaking, bro. That's
Back in Adelaide,
heart-shattering.
Angela Kyriazis is desperately trying to avoid living on the streets.
The house got sold on me, and now I have 20 days to find a new house for me and my 5-year-old daughter.
The single mum can't work and suffers from depression and anxiety.
Keep getting rejected, being a single mother on the disabled pension.
And public housing is just not there.
They said that they can't help, that I would still be 2 years away until I even get a house.
We just don't have enough low-cost rental homes right across Australia. We've got a vacancy rate down to 1.1%, which is
Kate Colvin is from Everybody's
term.
Home, a coalition of welfare organisations.
Is this for homes and apartments? Like, there's no, like, they can't get into apartments, or you're going through the same struggle trying to get into an apartment too? This is insane.
Pushing a national campaign to fix the housing crisis.
We're calling on the government to invest in 25,000 social housing properties a year to really get those rentals into the communities where they're needed, so that every family has a home, has a roof over their head.
Yes, bro.
Make it easier for people to own a home. You know, at times like this when everything's so hard, coming up with a huge deposit is a problem for a lot of people, and that puts them out of the market. When they're paying such a high rent, how are you supposed to save for a deposit? I don't know where we're going to go.
Facts.
If I don't find a house for me and my daughter, pretty much we will be living on the street or in a hotel.
It doesn't feel like the lucky country, does it?
No, it doesn't. And no matter which way I work my budget, it's not going to work.
Who's off to bed? Who's off to bed? You are.
I feel cheated, I feel robbed. I worked hard in my younger life. Help! Help us! Do something, build some houses.
It's not fair, is it? In a positive footnote, Susanna's husband has now found work and they've signed up to go into public housing.
Thank God, bro. That's... Yeah, it's things like that just suck. And I'm not sure if it was just like a housing crisis or like apartments and everything are involved. Like their rent was skyrocketing and all of that too. But that honestly just sucks. Like to see people go through that, to see people struggle, you hate to see it. But that's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. It's your boy Neal, out.